All right, let's make sure. Let's make sure I'm right in the frame. Hold on. Gotta check. Gotta check. Do. Hello. Do. 1 second, guys. Looks right to me. Want to make sure the light is right. Okay. I'll sit like this. I gotta sit comfortable. I gotta sit comfortably. All right. Okay. Looks about right to me. I'll get a little bit closer. Okay. Hi, guys. That's better. There we go. Okay. Alrighty then. What's up, guys? My name is Daryl Phillips, owner of Warpledge Gaming, and what we do here is listen to talk. It is Friday. Made it to the end of the week, so I feel a lot better. Again, thank you guys for your thoughts and your prayers. It's really nice, especially considering the subject matter, knowing that I'm not alone. Kind of perfect, don't you think? It's exactly what I was talking about. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I talk about all sorts of different things. Try to educate you guys, try to build up your spirit. A lot of people out there that are very misinformed on many different things, and it makes us feel small. When you're not educated on certain things, or you feel like that someone knows something that you don't know, it makes you feel small sometimes. So that's my whole thing. I used to have a low self-esteem, a really bad one, and I'm going to get into a little bit that tonight, because what I want to do tonight is I want to discuss the idea, the thought process behind these ingredients in being fearless. See, being fearless is not the lack of fear. There's no such thing. I don't care how brave you are, you're going to have fear. In fact, that's one of the keys to fear. You have to acknowledge that you have that fear so that you know how to combat it. Because some of the types of things that I discuss are really serious. I think all the things I try to discuss are really serious, but if you have a mental illness, it can be life and death for us. And self-esteem is not a joke. It's not some made-up thing. I had I say low self-esteem. I had a no self-esteem at one time. I was discussing that with Sophia earlier. It's amazing to me some of the things that come out of my mouth now that just never used to come out of my mouth. Things that are just the way I think is. I love the way I think now. But I had to build that up, and that's kind of the point. It wasn't easy. When I first started doing this camera stuff, I really wish you guys could understand how scared I was. The camera and being in front of people was the scariest thing on the planet. And I've always been that way. I've always been a person that had a hard time even doing things that I was good at in front of people. I had always been like that, right? And sorry, I keep looking over here. I got to make sure that if there's any chat or whatever. Say hi. Whoever's on here, say hi, so I can say something. But I hope everybody's week is doing well. So check this out. fearlessness. What is that exactly? What does it mean to be fearless? Well, people think that it's being that not being scared of stuff. No, that's not true. That cannot be true. It's not a possibility. It's not, for example, like a military person or a police officer or somebody who goes into the line of duty and they go there and they start getting shot at or they get in some danger or whatever. It's not that they don't know that the bullet can kill them. The bullet can kill them just like they can kill us. They're not superhumans. They know that they can die. It's confidence in your abilities that causes you to be able to be brave. All right? So, now, I'm not a police officer. I'm not a military guy. I don't get shot at. Not physically. But I do put my life out there. I do. Hey, what's up, Lori? I do put my life out there. I do talk about things about myself that are personal and very much hard to talk about. Okay, and that I can get teased over, and I have. People that don't like you, they will use things against you. So in a way, I leave myself open enough to be attacked. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. My friends don't let me really get attacked too much because they defend me. However, I defend myself. I know enough and I believe enough in my abilities that I can defend myself now. All right. One second. So, when Dwan and I first met, okay, we wanted to do something awesome to help people. And at the time, we wanted to teach the gospel of Christ. We wanted to go out there and be not a preacher, but someone who brings people to God, someone who teaches people the Bible. One guy I met in a homeless shelter, he couldn't read because of his dyslexia. I read the Bible for him. Okay, so I've done those things before. Now I lost my soul for a little bit. All right, hold on. You guys ever had this? It's cucumber water. It's really, really good. It's good for you too. Anyway, so it's okay, right? But Daryl, you gotta understand me. When I met Dwan, I had a low or no self-esteem. All right? That I wasn't comfortable around people that I didn't know. Oh, if I'm around my friends or if I'm around people I know, I'm comfortable. That you wouldn't guess necessarily that I'm shy like that. That I had a problem like that. But when it comes to people that didn't know me, it was bad. All right? Now, what I figured out, so for going on 19 years, I've known Sophia. And she has pushed me and nudged me towards the right direction, always given me encouragement. But until I started believing it, it didn't matter. You understand? Till you start believing, I could tell you anything that I want to tell you, but until you start believing it, it's not going to mean anything, and it's not going to help you get over those sorts of things or be fearless. Okay? Now, So not no. In other words, my low self-esteem caused me to not. Um, I lost my train of thought for a second there. Sorry. Um, my low self-esteem caused me not to believe in myself enough to be fearless. All right. Now here's the deal. How do you work on that? As we're going to be discussing over the next 5 weeks, or 10 weeks really, when we go into the steps, the idea of the third and the fourth step, do something inside your box and get good at it, and then do something outside your box and get good at that. The idea of those things is when you first enter the scenario, whatever it may be, you're not going to know what you're doing. You may have an idea that you may be good at something, but you're not going to know what you're doing. That's the reason why the ingredients have to be there for you. They are there to help you, guide you through these new things you're about to do. Okay? Get good at the things inside your box, because that way you know that you have skills coming into it. All right? So think about that. So here's what I knew. Here's what I knew when me and Dwan decided to come up with this business. I know that I have the ability to teach. I know that I know the types of things that I want to teach. I know the subject matter. I'm actually very good with cameras. I knew that to be true. I knew that one-on-one, I'm very good, but I'd never done any of this stuff on camera. Okay? That was the thing that I didn't know. That was where the start had to happen. Sean Cannell, when he's a YouTuber that ever has a business, that's all he does is teach people how to be successful business owners on YouTube. He has the #1 book in the world for this. He's good at it. But one of the things he says all the time is just turn on the camera. You can't do anything without turning on the camera. So in this case, I had to turn on the camera. And then I had to open my mouth. I had to create a world inside my head in which there was no cameras on, that like, it does make it easier that there's no one in the room. But especially at first. And so I got better at it. And not just that, better at cutting and editing, better at putting videos up. Live videos are different. This is different than actually doing a real video because there's no cutting and editing, which means that my mistakes are seen. I have to be comfortable enough with my mistakes. I have to be comfortable enough with my mistakes that I don't get frustrated. Because Daryl's got a problem. I don't like to make mistakes. It's funny to say that, considering that I have bipolar disorder. But I do not like to make mistakes. A lot of people, I've noticed this, a lot of people with mental illness, we go perfectionists. It's just the strangest thing you'll ever see, that our mind is kind of messed up, but yet we're perfectionists. Happens a lot. So that's the part where I had real struggles working on that. Okay? So y'all follow me so far? In other words, that's the deal with that. But as I started to do it, and as I started to hone my craft, as it were, as I started to get sharper and better, more concise. It helped me build confidence. The compliments from you guys, the compliments from Sophia or Dwan before he passed. Knowing that knowing I'm not alone, knowing that y'all give me good advice, that you give me good feedback. It kept me going over and over and over again. Okay? So, I'm having a hard time breathing, believe it or not. So, I told you I had pneumonia, so it's okay. Check this out. So I started getting better at this thing I'm doing, all right? And then there was the cool aspect of learning how to do graphic design and learning how to put things to music and learning the different nuances to coming up with subject matter and actually speaking. And my favorite thing in the whole world to do is teach. I love teaching. Sorry, like I said, my chat's over here. So I'm getting better at all these different things, but then there's these new things being introduced to me. Okay? And as I started to combine those skills, the confidence grew. This happened with everything that you see. But it had to start with a point in which I had to just break myself down and get on the camera and get going. Okay? That's fearless. Dwan, same thing. I could tell you so many stories. Me and Dwan did things in front of you guys, and you never realized it was the first time we'd ever done it. You never realized how nervous Dwan was. Mm-hmm. Think on that. I am so thirsty. Anyway, but y'all follow me so far? That's just a small example of what I'm talking about. And you got to press through. And as you build up whatever skill it is that you're trying to do, there's always a step one, step two, and then there's these things that, then there's the parts of it where you're like, well, oh God, I don't really want to learn it. Example. I actually hate the business side of this, or I did when I first started this. I hated having to run the business side. I just want to talk and help people. But you gotta run the business. You gotta run and try to, I gotta, make advertisements and things like that. Well, I didn't like it. So I didn't work on it as hard. And it's a funny thing that happens. Every single time, I can tell you this happens every single time that I feel like that maybe I'm being a little lazy. Something or someone comes into my life or something happens where it wakes me up. And then I have to tell myself, Daryl, you wanted to do this. You cannot do this half-assed, or what's the point? And I yell at myself, just like you just saw me do right now. I tell myself, Daryl, you can't do things half-assed, or what's the point? Tell myself that all the time. The scariest part about what I do, about my life, is that you don't know me. Unless you've talked to me, you don't know me. That I don't know what you think. That maybe some of you don't like me because of what I say. Maybe some of you don't like me because I'm harsh sometimes. course, maybe some of you don't like me because I'm right, but you don't like the fact that I'm right. And so I've lost friends. It's scary, especially for someone like me, because I don't want to lose friends. I don't want to be people's enemies. But sometimes, with what I do especially, you have to do what's right for yourself so that you can be good to everyone else. I want nothing in the world more than to help people. My fears, my issues are small in comparison to the way it used to be, where I did nothing. I hope that none of you have to learn the way I did. I hope that none of you have to learn that stupid, dumb way that I used to. Ouch. Ooh. Sorry. But you understand? So what I try to do is I don't pull punches. However, I try to work on my ability to be eloquent in speech so that you guys are understanding of what I'm saying. Okay? So think on that. These ingredients are so vital to being a strong human. They really are. It's not just that I believe in them. I show it to you guys, and I try to show it from your perspective so that you can apply it to your life. Because I want nothing more than to look at you guys and say, wow, you've changed. We need togetherness. I know this. I know that from my perspective, I want strong people around me. Call me selfish. I need you to be successful. I need it. Because I watch and I hear things, I listen to the radio, and there's so many people out there suffering. They don't know how to excuse me. I just lost my train of thought, sorry. I'm not feeling real good all of a sudden. I need more than anything for you guys to be successful, because I want you to be the best person that you can be. And the best way for you to be that best person is for you to believe in yourself. And that's on anything. Okay? There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was so hopeless that I couldn't believe in my fellow man anymore. I want y'all to really think on that. I couldn't believe in my fellow man anymore. I never want to live like that again. When I talk to Lori, now I've been sick lately, so I haven't gotten to just go talk to Lori. I don't want to get her sick and stuff. But when me and Lori ever have conversations, I listen to what she says. I try to be the best influence. I'm a protector in that way, I guess. I try to help her. Like she went through her own personal issues with her friend passing away. And then she helped me. That's kind of how this works. A community of people that help one another it's stronger than anything you'll ever know. But how do we gain forward? You don't gain forward momentum by staying put. You have to move forward. Well, many of us are scared to take that step. Well, that's the point of what I'm saying. When you're carrying your ingredients, you can walk through this without being scared of your shadow. Sorry. Sure. Why does that camera look so stinking dark on the YouTube? Anyway, it looks different than it does on the screen here. Oh well. I hope that looks good for y'all, but let me know if it doesn't, and I'll make sure it's changed next time. But do y'all follow me so far? We're going to be getting into the steps, starting a week from Monday. And the steps are there for you to help build your house, as it were, the house of yourself, your temple, your body, your mental faculties. And it's scary. This country is going through a change, a good one. There's a lot of people that are scared and wondering, well, what are we going to do if this happens? What if we're going to do if this happens? What if we get in a war with China? What if the economy doesn't come back? I can't answer all those questions. I can tell you that the person working on them, Donald Trump, and his cabinet, are doing their best to work on it. You might not like Donald Trump. It doesn't matter. That's the thing. This isn't a popularity contest. I'm not here to get you to like me, for example. It's not about whether you like me. It's about is Daryl's stuff, with what comes out of my mouth, does it make sense and does it work? That's all you need to know. Is it going to help you become a better person? In the case of like a person like the President of the United States and his cabinet, they're trying to help change things. They're cleaning up messes, big messes. There's no love lost between enemies, but that doesn't mean you can't learn from your enemies. I spent so long, y'all, hating people because I was hurt so badly in my heart. Do y'all understand? I was hurt so badly that I spent so long hating my enemies and wanting harm on them because I couldn't. Some of it was truth what they were speaking of. It's not even that they were lying necessarily. Not all of them. But I lost my soul. And I want to make sure that you guys don't lose yours. So be brave. Be brave in all that you do. Bravery isn't about the lack of fear. It's about what you're doing with the fear. I'm going to be going to bed after this, but I want y'all to think about this for the weekend. What do you want? What do you want for your life, for your friend's life, for your child's life, for your mother's life, for your father's life? What do you want? Do you want Don't you hate waking up in the morning and getting up and you go to work, come home? It's the same mundane acts every day. Well, if you are tired of that, stick around. So, y'all have a good weekend. I'm going to try to get some rest here. I told you, I don't want to press it too much. I have been working all day, so. But I want you guys to really think about your life and what you want. Put it down in the comments below. Drive safely tonight. Don't drink and drive, though. That's so stupid to drink and drive. Be aware of your surroundings. You never know what might happen. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. And be understanding of yourself. You're not God. Remember, life is fleeting. You're not promised your next breath. So take it now. Go outside your box. Learn something new. And you never know what you might find out about yourself. But until tomorrow, may the Lord of Light guide you in all things.